How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to episode 9. We just
yeah!
talked about it and I almost fucked it up. Wow, okay, that's staying in. Welcome back to episode 9 of King's Court. It's been a couple weeks again. I have no excuse this time. I have nothing else to say. I have no promises to make.
So,
We tried so hard, we got so far.
We got Caleb back from the basement he was locked editing in for whenever for whenever that fucking Pokemon episode comes out.
Okay, all I need is you and me.
Yeah, we have to record the outro, right?
The outro. That's literally it. We just need to record
It cut right before we were gonna do an outro. It was the shittiest fucking...
Yeah, the net went down for like 2 days, but that was like 2 months ago.
Yeah, so we back. I am here with the usual crew. I am here with the capitalist slave, Nick.
We all bound in the chains of capitalism.
The man who's escaped hell and the basement, Caleb. And I don't have Mr. Maple Japle himself, Jordan.
Mr. Maple.
Hi, I'm Maple Japle.
For anyone who's,
I got a name change.
That's gonna.
I was kind of hoping you're like, and he came out from the basement. And you're like, I haven't eaten in 36 weeks.
So it's been a couple weeks, and
I haven't seen the sun in 5 years.
There's been some happenings. I'm gonna start her off with, how's everyone Thanksgiving?
Oh,
Thanksgiving
happened. I forgot.
Whoa!
It did happen, yeah.
Far
We're
back.
Canadian, and Thanksgiving happened at the appropriate time.
Yeah. So yeah, we are Canadian. Our Thanksgiving just passed. I was gonna ask this last week, or the week of Thanksgiving, but how's everyone's Thanksgiving?
It was pretty good. It was pretty good. Lots of food, lots of turkey, lots of
thanks being given. Right?
Frank?
Right, fellas?
No fucks being
No,
given. but
actually,
lots
no.
of
This
thanks.
year, I didn't actually give any thanks. I received all the thanks.
Oh
this year.
fuck!
Yeah, I threw a
Did you give
curveball on
any
the whole.
fucks, Jordan?
Fucking dude. I haven't given a single fuck since like 1986. Okay. You think I'm gonna start now?
Oh my god!
Year 2022?
I fucking knew he was gonna pull some shit like that. Oh, I'm so glad he did.
For Jordan to tell Nick to investigate Brennan's balls.
Oh,
again.
we just talked about that. I just
Dude,
mentioned
how come
that before
everybody
the
remember?
podcast.
Did you guys like just collectively watch it? And,
No,
like,
no,
I
no.
missed out or something?
That part of the video, I've watched probably over 100 times. I
Jesus
haven't finished the
Christ.
video.
Like,
I haven't
before-
finished the video.
Before
Jordan,
y'all
all the
mentioned
time.
it, before y'all mentioned
they
it
have
earlier,
known
I
me.
had
They have never
forgotten.
been able to roast me as hard as you did. They just are very, very jealous of you.
Yeah,
I
that's
think
exactly
so.
it.
Yeah, we've never
But, I
endeavored
mean-
to do it to Nick, and you fucking did it to him.
Like I keep watching. I'm like, wow, look at this.
That's, I think that's the value of being
This-
the newcomer.
this is
Like,
art.
there's nothing.
This art, dude.
Yeah,
Like,
it's
perfect.
called
Everything
called
about it, down to
improv.
the last detail. Perfect.
It was perfect,
Perfection.
down to the last minute detail.
So, how's you guys been playing Overwatch 2?
No, I have not. I've just been.
I've been
You know what?
playing
All right,
Overwatch.
we'll start with this because it gets into the theme. Fucking Overwatch 2. How the fuck do you put in a quote unquote bug? Because I don't believe it was one, where inputs into the gameplay will make you purchase shit from the store that you've denied the refunds to.
Yeah, that's fun. That's good. That's good game design. That's what we call extracting value from the consumer.
Like I
Isn't
said,
isn't that something they did with voter boxes too? Like,
I can't wait till they like add a hotkey to every game where it's like I press this and it's like send all my credit card details.
Yeah, fuck.
So they can I can immediately buy the shop. Go.
yeah,
into
you know
debt.
what? You know what? Blizzard, buy a Porsche on me.
Yeah.
Like,
deserve
more
it.
like I am loyal
You
for the
just-
next
you deserve
lawsuit.
it.
Am I right?
You've
Oh
been
my
such a good game developer. buy
My-
that mansion.
Microsoft,
Games
Activision,
recently,
Blizzard.
such as-
Actually, I have a story that I want to look up because I want to see the legitimacy of it because I saw it in memes and I want to make sure.
What story?
So basically, a man stole basically $1 million off of Google and Facebook.
Oh yeah,
By
Oh, yeah.
just
Yeah.
sending them checks and they paid.
yeah.
I don't know.
No,
if
that's-
specific.
no,
one
that's-
is real, but that has
It is real.
happened
It
before.
no, it is real. It is real.
The One Piece is real.
Yeah, they tried to get him on it, but he got it on the technicality that he's still in for fraud, but the money was legal because he said that the service is like sending them the bill. The service they're paying for is being billed.
Hey, that happened with a bank at one point. Is that someone like changed some banks, some kind of agreement with a bank and sent it in, and they were just paying it the way that the person edited it without looking at it, and then
So
they were like, "I mean, you
this
agreed
is
to the statement."
This is old news, but it's still hilarious. It's from 2019.
It's so fun. It's so funny. That came
a
up in my
Lithuanian
sphere the other
man
day too.
Pleaded guilty last week to to billing Google and Facebook out of more than 100 million in an elaborate scheme involving a fake
Yes, good.
company, fake emails, and fake invoices. In a I can't speak right now.
Indictment.
Indicted.
Yeah. In an I can't. My tongue is just not working.
Episode.
I don't have
an
that problem, but sorry.
Unsealed by the U.S. Attorney for the Southern District of New York last week. The Department of Justice alleged that I'm not even going to try to say his name. And other unnamed co-conspirators impersonating the Taiwan-based hardware manufacturer Quanta Computer.
Nice.
With which both tech companies do business by setting up a company in Latavia with the same name.
That's fucking awesome. That's so cool. That's funny.
Are they like so
That's-
Oh my
you
God.
rich that they
They
don't like?
successfully bamboozled Google and Facebook into paying tens of millions of dollars in fraudulent bills from 2013 to 2015. They did this to them for 2 years.
That's
so
funny.
That's stupid.
And then obviously the article on this is in 2019. So I think they just stopped probably after they made their money, and then it wasn't until
And then they got caught.
was
Like somebody
wait a
did the
minute.
business audit and they were like, "Wait, what?"
Why did we spend all this money on this company? What?
Yeah, like what are they so fuck you rich that they didn't even like notice it at the
Yes.
time?
Yes,
Yeah.
that's
They're
that's
just like-
exactly the reason.
They're just
That's
like, oh
exactly
yeah,
it.
whatever. It's a write off. Like I
Yeah,
should have
whatever.
went back to feed the system. Like
It does not identify Google and Facebook by name, but the two tech giants confirmed to the NPR they are victim 1 and victim 2.
Imagine the nerve of calling them
If
victims.
you put me in Guantanamo Bay for 15 years, I wouldn't admit that. Why would you just do it?
Oh my god.
Yeah, somebody just made us pay
Both
bills.
companies said they recouped all or most of the money, but declined to comment on the exact sum.
Like it was so
Wow.
embarrassingly large. They're like, it was fucking I don't know. It was like a couple hundred thousand million.
Oh boy,
This
that's
guy has enough equity that
Oh
when he
my
gets
God,
out,
the
he's just
FBI
fucking.
estimates companies have been defrauded of more than $3 billion in recent years. by
Holy
shit like
shit.
this.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
That's what you get for being Facebook.
oh, that's so funny.
Oh my, that's awesome. Oh god, I gotta come up with a funny name for this one, but we'll get right into Nick's topic.
I think this is
Because-
gonna be capital hellscape. I think we've got some companies to roast to this episode.
Capitalism dystopia.
Yeah, Cyberpunk.
Cyberpunk! Yeah, Cyberpunk 2022. That's it. That's it. All right. So, Nick, you have what has been. We've commented
Are we
on
doing
this
this
company.
now?
Yeah, we're doing it now. We'll bring it
Okay,
out.
we can do this now. So there have been events in the news as of late. For those familiar with the podcast may know that some of us are formal fans of one Rooster Teeth.
And very, 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 very critical critics of said company because of
Yeah,
recent
so-
events.
What's happened with Rooster Teeth?
Okay, so I want to do a little bit of a background first. So, for those of us who have been fans of Rooster Teeth, that's myself, definitely, Brennan, definitely, Caleb to some degree. Honestly, I'm not even sure. Jordan, how much do you know about Rooster Teeth?
I know enough that they made a shitty Transformers Netflix thing.
It's weird you keep calling it Transformers when it's clearly
It's Gundam.
Gundam.
Yeah.
But sure.
Yeah, you fucking idiot.
It had the shader of Transformers. I like Transformers. Okay.
Not the point.
I know
basically-
enough.
Basically, for us, they have a show called Achievement Hunter, which is where they play video games, and Achievement Hunter had a what do you call him, a cast member by the name of Ryan Haywood. And
Yeah.
Ryan Haywood was my personal favorite of
Same.
the cast.
Same, except for
until
Ray. When Ray left, Ryan became the favorite. But yes.
never liked Ray as much as you did.
That's fair. I liked it. It was different back then. You know.
Oh yeah.
The comedy that he had.
Yes, he did. I'm getting to that. I was about to say he was my favorite until he cheated on his wife with an underage fan.
Several underage fans.
Yes.
More than one.
Which is when I started distancing myself from enjoying Rooster Teeth, because that was messed up.
Yeah, several fans,
Damn, he pulled a Michael Jackson.
but not all of them were underage.
There you go.
But any number of them.
Any number of them being underage is a bad number to be underage. Also, cheating on your wife.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was
Wow.
pretty bad. There were a couple of other things. They had some members of they absorbed some smaller content creators, and some of them had a problem. But what was the sex thing with the was it
Funhouse. They had sex in the office,
Dude, that's base.
just all over that shit. I mean,
that is base.
I'm gonna say it right now so everybody knows. If y'all not expecting that to happen from me, you're wrong.
Okay, well, just hold off. On
I'm
that.
not
Okay,
saying
hold on.
who. I'm not saying who it's gonna happen with.
Me.
It could be anyone
Me.
in this
Me.
room.
Me and Caleb. Sometimes even it's just gonna be me and Caleb.
Sometimes it's just the two of you.
You're not even invited, Brennan. Like I hate to say it.
Sex is gonna happen. Sex is gonna happen in our office, 100%.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Nick's
Nick-
not gonna be there because Nick's gonna set up cameras and then be like, Jesus fucking Christ.
Yeah, we're gonna take over a different entertainment industry.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So yeah,
They ain't
Funhouse.
seen
Sweet.
nothing. They ain't seen nothing like two hot gingers getting down and steamy
Oh,
in the
Jesus.
soup.
Oh God, not the office hot tub.
I don't.
oh no.
All right, so Nick, do
Last
continue.
week-
Soup?
Some things happened, and I have since been documenting what I've seen on Twitter, and so I have a list of things that have happened this last week in regards to Rooster Teeth. The first thing, I by the way, I want to say I've dubbed this segment "Cockadential Doom"
Oh,
for the downfall of Rooster Teeth. So first thing that happened. You may be familiar with Matt Bragg. You're familiar with Matt
Yes.
Bragg? He's
Yes.
a relatively
Fuck
popular
Matt
member
Bragg.
of Achievement Hunter. On the, I don't want to say new wall, but like he wasn't in the initial group. He joined
By
in.
the time of us being as fans, he was a newer member. But as of
Yeah,
now,
and he's
he's
been
quite
there
a
for a long time.
cemented member.
Anyway, his position was dissolved. Which is just
What he just wait he just got dissolved?
Yeah.
I didn't know.
Why?
Like I knew he was gone. I didn't know he got just fucking obliterated. Like Thanos snapped him away from the company.
What the fuck?
I would like to say, just a reminder, this is all things I'm getting from Twitter, so there might be some
Oh, yeah.
inaccuracy.
Take
but
it
this
with a
is
grain of
what I
salt.
know.
But what
Yeah.
we know of this is that apparently Matt
His
Bragg
position
has
is
been
just-
dissolved. So
Yeah.
what does that entail, Nick?
He's no
That
longer
actually
living. That's what that
isn't-
entails, Brad.
That's actually not that big of a deal from the rest of this story, but it's like an important starting point.
Suicide, 2
Well-
gunshot wounds to the back of the head.
Yeah.
He
Well,
was dissolved.
Threw him in a
He's
vat
sort
of
of doing his
acid.
own
He's been
thing.
dissolved.
Most of the Achievement Hunter people, most of the people who did their own like private streaming that they do. Like
Yeah.
a lot of content creators in the group do some solo streaming. Makes sense. He's still doing that as far as I'm aware. But yeah, his position appears to have just been dissolved. So people weren't happy about that, as you can
as you
guess.
could expect, yeah.
Then starts the real story.
Oh boy.
There
yeah,
was
here we
a
go.
former Rooster Teeth employee who I don't actually know when they stopped working, but it wasn't that long ago.
It wasn't.
Uh,
It might have
by
been
the
that
name of
long ago.
Caden.
They stopped appearing in, at least in name and stuff, quite a bit ago. At least in Achievement Hunter content, but I know they were in the background for a bit longer than that.
Yeah, so
Though I don't know when.
Caden is a trans woman who came out a couple of years ago. They worked at the company before and then joined, and for a little while after. This is relevant, but not initially. They came out and talked about how they were treated at the company. And it's not good, to say the least. Basically, she was consistently overworked and underpaid, had to do a lot of editing work, paid very, very little. She did some
This sounds like
voiceover.
me. Sorry.
She did some, like,
Do you
voice
want to go
acting
back in the
work.
basement? Keep talking like
Sorry.
that.
She did
not
some
not
voice
not
acting
to make
work
light
for
of this
some
clearly
their
bad,
shows.
clearly far worse situation, but
100%.
She did some voice acting work for some of the shows, but because she was in-house, she was not paid for them. Straight up.
Jesus.
Wow.
And
Is that gonna be us?
the
No.
worst part. I
That
don't
is me already.
I
What
don't
are
want to say
you
this is the
talking
worst
about?
part, but another bad part is that you may or may not know that Caden was referred to as a certain nickname throughout their time at Rooster Teeth.
I didn't know.
That name,
Let's hear the nickname.
I'm not gonna say it because that name, although it is not
Here, Nick, put it in.
a slur, was
put
a
it
short form
in
of a
podcast.
slur,
Put it in
so that
topics.
they
Put it in
could.
topics.
Sure, it was
Just so we know what you're talking about.
It was a short form of a slur that they could say on air without it sounding like a slur.
Wow.
That's horrible.
That's fucking
And then,
disgusting.
That's like if I
Okay.
called Caleb Gingy. Like,
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
All
Only I'm allowed to
no,
say
Then,
it.
look,
like, they just-
I know Nick doesn't want to say it, but for the viewers out there, it is an
Oh
abbreviation
wow.
of
Oh, I have to look.
Fugly and Uggs.
abbreviation.
No,
Yeah.
it's not that. It's much worse.
I'm giving them an idea of how the word is spelled. I'm not gonna be attempting to say the word myself.
No, I'm. Yeah.
Anyway, that was before they came out as trans, and so no one. But there is it's still very, very bad. Anyway, they had a whole thing. They talked about it in detail with the slow nickname being overworked, being underpaid. Not that long later, a couple of Achievement Hunter members came out to talk about it. So it was Michael, Gavin, and Jeff are the ones that I saw say something about it. They all basically apologized about the offensive nickname. They basically said, "Yep, we as Achievement Hunter will super edgy comedy," which is actually
They were.
yeah, which
Back
is
then.
not like appropriate, like because I'll be real with you, they've always been that early days. They were very, very edgy, and it was something that turned me off them initially. But they were all saying, "Yeah, no, that's what we did, but it's not good. We've learned since then that was terrible." Jeff admit,
Yeah, you've got to temper it.
yeah, Jeff talked about how he was still alcoholic at the time, and that didn't help. But that's not an excuse. He was just
Yeah.
he brought that up.
It's not an excuse, but it does give a reason. Or it makes it make sense rather.
Anyway,
More sense anyway.
Yeah, they so they say that, and Rooster Teeth themselves have a statement that is it says nothing. It's a non-statement.
Seriously?
They say things that vaguely apologize about the discrimination and how they are trying to make it not a thing anymore. Whatever. None of them, and I admit that this thing I'm about to say maybe doesn't apply to Michael, Gavin, and Jeff, but none of these apologies met reference overwalking or underpaying. Just this, just the
Hmm. Just the discrimination.
Yeah.
Well, the slur part of the discriminations.
Yeah. Then there are some other employees that come out and basically say, yeah, they experienced a similar thing on both sides.
Well, and there's been things about that too, at least from the community half to the influencer half. The achievement hunter, like, community is horrific.
Oh yeah.
Like, as a community, there's no end to horrific communities in terms of popular culture, especially not recently. But the achievement hunter one is like the worst I have ever seen.
I mean, when you talk about gaming with edgy humor, you attract people who like that butt walls.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
But it's
no,
like
you're
every time
always gonna attract extremists.
every time a like one of the girls is on, it's just fucking absolutely disgusting. Anytime it's
Terrible.
especially the later females of color, like Fiona, is that her name?
Yes.
That's she
Fiona is
came in
one of
around the
them.
time I left, but God forbid they be
Yeah,
a woman of
see-
color.
See, the issue with that also is like not just with the fans or being, you know, shitty. That's also, I feel, the company itself not moderating. It needs to moderate.
We'll
better.
get there.
Oh well, yeah, we'll get there because half of this is also like every single one of them, like even the guys were like, yeah, we like that happened to us too. And of course their excuse is there was nothing we could have done about that. For them it was just
That's
keep
not
your
true.
head down and keep going. I know. That's why I said it's an excuse
Yeah,
because you could have done something about that.
you can always do something about it. And to an extent, I understand. I understand because like the big rule of the internet is never let them know what gets under your skin, because the moment you let them know, if you're a streamer or whatever, what
Oh, yeah.
actually like bothers you, that's the only thing you're gonna fucking see.
Yeah, they'll rip you
Um,
apart.
It's a
They'll rip you
license.
apart.
fucking
You can't. So but
nerd.
at the same time, that's why you need to have like moderators who know shit beforehand, so that they can deal with it without the the streamer or whatever making a big deal of it.
Exactly.
That way, it keeps it out of the system without painting a target on that person's back.
Yeah, without the need for actual action being taken by the personality. However, that aside, that's just to show that it's not simply the company, and this is assigned to something worse. The company saw the fans doing it and did nothing, which leads to, I believe, Nick's next
Ooh.
point.
Those awards are you're gonna eat those awards in a little bit. Anyway, let me talk about the company a little bit. So it came out
Yes.
that some of
Yeah,
that.
go ahead.
So you may know that Chivano was founded by 4 founding fathers, right? There's 4 of them.
Rooster Teeth was
Who should it?
5.
4 of them. Was 5?
They
Okay,
annexed
5
one of
founding
them.
fathers.
Joel.
Not just one of them.
Beast.
Not just one of them. So it turns out that one of the founding fathers mismanaged a lot of money and lost millions of dollars. And the other one, a different one, threatened to bring a gun into work and was removed from the company. You'll
So
note
that was Joel.
The two missing are Bonnie Bones and Joel. Joel, I don't remember his last name off the top of my head.
Joel Heyman.
So the math would lead you to say that Joel was removed for bringing a gun and that Bonnie was removed for losing a lot of money. I will note, during the time when Caden would have been underpaid, overworked, and walking and constantly being called slow, Bonnie was showing off his custom-wrapped Tesla.
Yeah.
Good signs there.
Oh,
Yeah.
eat the
Anyway.
rich.
Bernie,
So,
Bernie was all about that custom wrap Tesla. Wasn't it supposed to be
yeah.
like cell shaded or something?
It was
It's a cool
I
idea.
watched the video when it came out. It was something like it looked like a 2D design in a 3D environment. I don't know. It looked kind of cool, but kind of weird. And
Cool idea. Not
But-
worth jeopardizing your company and mismanaging millions of dollars.
anyway,
That's
So,
oh my god.
the
If I
fans of
even
Rooster
hear
Teeth-
about one of you doing that, you're going straight in the fucking lake.
Oh, hear about me doing that? I've already done that, dog.
Shit.
Come on, bud.
I've
fans
used
of
money to
Rooster
buy
Teeth-
countless Teslas.
Here's the thing. I'm gonna swindle the money that we're already making right now.
Oh yeah, of course.
Oh, you
Same.
mean the ones we're making from our real
Yeah.
jobs?
Yeah. He's just taking our actual money.
Yeah, I'm taking your actual income, saying it's for the podcast, and then I'm just spending it on Magic the Gathering cards. Come on, Brennan.
Bro's hitting us with the reason you're paying for this service is the service itself.
Yeah, dude.
Oh, I don't want my money going to nerd shit.
No.
Bro, I'll have you know that's one of my topics. Anyway,
So
continue.
so that's the reason that Bernie and Joel actually left. I'm glad that came to light
Yeah.
because from the other side it was just like, oh, the company just fucking let Joel to the wind and Bernie just left. It was covered up very well because Joel just fucking disappeared.
Anyway, so the fans generally do the right thing and say, "Wow, Whistle Teeth, this sucks," and they sort of say, "No, we're kind of done with this." Several of them all clinging to Ruby, and they're like, "Okay, but like we like Ruby, and we want to still support Ruby." And the people who walk on Ruby are not the people in charge of the company making the bad
Yeah.
decision.
Separate the
Then-
art from the artist.
Yeah. So then, I'll talk briefly about Mika Bolton because she
Yeah,
used to work
Mika
for
Burton
Ruby.
also got the Fiona treatment.
She brought up some vague like agreements with Caden, some vague like, yeah, this had a bad time. It was just some stuff happened. Blah blah blah. She went on to be a little bit more specific. She definitely cited that there was a bunch of racism in the company, and also a bunch of slurs getting thrown around, and including a specific instance where the N-word was written up on a whiteboard in like the middle of a boardroom or a cafeteria. I don't remember what room it was, but somewhere
Holy
up.
shit!
That one I'm gonna
That's-
get back to because that gets explored a little bit more later.
That's in the same about money laundering. If I even see that full investigation and one of you is going in the lake,
I'm not even making a
you
joke
know
about
exactly
that
who
one.
Here's
did
the
it.
thing, Brennan. The
I ain't
only
touching
thing,
that.
Brennan, the only thing I will write on the whiteboard is I will follow in Quinn's footsteps and write I want to kill myself in wingdings so that nobody knows what it's actually saying.
and that's
it'll
fine.
Just remain
But
in the work whiteboard for a long time.
and I'll keep that there. But any foul play like
no,
that,
you gotta
horse
dream
shit,
bigger. I'm drawing
like-
penises on the whiteboard.
that's fine
No,
too.
no,
that
no, no,
stays
Jordan,
forever
Jordan.
too. Like I said,
Ironically, Quinn did this at my old workplace, and it lasted for like 3 years because management didn't know what it
Didn't
was.
know what it
and
said.
They thought it was legitimately important because it was like a smiley face and a bomb and a gun.
that's awesome. That's awesome.
They just fucking left it for like until we moved.
That's really
rooms.
funny.
Oh man.
Oh,
Anyway, do continue, Nick.
Yeah.
This is
Next up, Aeon and Jen from Ruby, so Blake, the voice actress for Blake, and the voice actress for Pura, both talk about how they were almost recast and
by the
underpaid.
way, Pyrrha's dead. Spoiler alert.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, what kind of fucking money she thinks she's gonna make?
The voice
Jesus.
Okay, a couple things. So first off, the voice actress for Blake, Aeon, she talked about how she was going to be recast because they didn't want to pay her as much as they were paying her. Straight up.
Oh my god.
And then
Christ.
Jen, who plays Pura, who also plays Salem and also does some of the music, was just being underpaid most of the time. She got pay raises sometimes when they like had to bring in certain when certain laws came into play. She was paid properly. Otherwise, nope, underpaid. Straight up.
Wow.
Now I'm gonna say things that maybe I should say them in a different order, but this is the order that they occurred in.
Yeah,
that I saw.
we're going chronological here.
Yeah. Something came out that Caden then apologized because they used the N-word during a video at some point. They maybe used it multiple times. I didn't watch the video because I didn't
Christ.
feel like watching the
So
video.
even the good guy in this ending is the bad guy.
You either die
What's
a
this
hero,
fu-
man. Like, just how it
Uh,
goes.
Then we have Jeremy Dooley,
Oh,
a different
no.
fan favorite, apologized for using slurs. Because we talked about that whiteboard incident. That was Jeremy.
No way.
He explained it fully.
There's no
apparently-
explanation.
No, it's not sufficient. But let me just tell you a generalized version of the explanation. Basically, he claims he was explaining some kind of South Park joke, which for whatever reason entailed writing it on the whiteboard, and then just didn't get rid of it. So he basically says it wasn't like targeted for anyone, and he claims that he had already apologized for Mika in the past before and was just saying it on Twitter so that people would stop bothering her about it because he whatever.
The unexpected. They're like
Yeah,
a lot
not
of
the
a
part I
lot of a
expected to
lot
come out.
a
Yeah.
lot of this shit. Like the Try Guys who cheated on his wife, but his whole like thing, like his whole personality on air was that he was a total simp.
That's pretty good.
The Ryan, like that one's just like that came out of nowhere. That was super recent. Just to
that'd be
keep
like
this on
you
this
doing
topic.
that, Brennan, because we all know you are the biggest simp.
Well, that's what I mean. That just stunned me that like somebody like me did that. Well, that's the same with Ryan Haywood because like you heard him in earlier content, like calls with his wife. He's always like, "Oh yes, dear, yes, honey." Like it's very obvious that he did love her at some point, but like the same thing happened. And now I don't know if it's the air that they had, where it's like, "Oh, I'm big now. We're fucking whatever. I'm more important than this." But at some point they went wrong, and that's like it just baffles me.
Yeah.
Next up, I have
Not
voice actor.
unexpected for Jeremy
Josh.
to say that. That fucking threw me for a loop.
Oh yeah. Next we have Josh Grell, who is the voice actor for Tyrion Callows, the Scorpion guy from Ruby. Says made a statement that said,
And
"Yeah,
Armin
I
Helfer.
will not work with Rooster Teeth while they're like this," and has since resigned from the show.
Yeah, stick it to him, Armin.
Jesus, was that his name in the in Genlock?
And
No.
Tokoyama from fucking My
Oh.
Hero.
Christ.
Then Jeremy talked about having a panic attack after a long string of not having panic attacks and passed out from stress. But he mentioned he had some family issues and that a friend of his died recently. So
Jesus.
big stressful time for Jeremy. Having some health
He
problems.
also had to admit to
Yeah,
using
Jeremy.
the most outlandish racial slur on live Twitter, so that was probably stressful for the guy. I have no mercy for for this anymore.
No, look, I have mercy if he's being serious that a friend died because like that's
Yes, that's
rough.
That's
but
for the recent
also
panic
that
attack.
doesn't-
That's not for
that-
the other thing.
yeah.
That doesn't give you. Look, here's the thing. Like insecurity and anxiety and all those, yeah, they're rough to deal with, but that it doesn't mean that that gives you an excuse to be a shitty person.
Yeah, your poor mental health is not an excuse to be a dick.
Yeah, like I will definitely. Here's the thing: if someone's like that, I will definitely give them a little bit more leeway if I can tell they're going through some shit or whatever. But I won't. It's not an excuse. Like, there's a big difference between when someone, and I'm sure you guys have dealt with this, when you work with someone and they come in and they're like in a foul mood and they're like, oh yeah, sorry, you know, some stuff happens, so I'm just like, I'm warning you right now, I might be in a bit of an off mood today. And then it's obvious that they're trying to like do their best to just still be like normal, and they're just a little bit more stressed out, as opposed to person two who will come in and be like, oh yeah,
Just be a
stuff happens,
shit.
I can be an asshole today.
Yeah.
And it's like, no, you're not allowed to just be an asshole because stuff happened.
Well,
I'll
you
give
don't
you
get
a
a
bit more
free
leeway,
pass.
but
Yeah.
you don't get a free pass.
Jeez. Right to jail. Don't pass go. Fuck you.
No $200.
Do not collect $200.
Fuck yourself.
Do not collect $200 and income tax.
Lose
Yeah.
$200.
Get fucked.
Yeah, and it's the first 3 turns of the game, so you
And
can't
skip
get
right to Boardwalk.
properties.
Your friend definitely has a hotel on Boardwalk. Fuck ass.
I'm gonna
Wow.
insult something here because
Yeah,
I
a
didn't
lot
write
of
it down.
a lot
I
of shocking information here.
don't know where it was chronologically, so I'm just gonna insult it here. Griffin and Millie.
Oh
no. George, not George. Jeff's wife. Are they still
no.
married?
No, Jeff's ex and
Jeff's
daughter.
ex-wife and his daughter. Both had made very, very vague non-comments, which is fair because basically Griffin said that she knows things but won't say them because her daughter is still financially dependent on the company. And Millie said, "You can stop talking to me about it. I'm 17. I have no official affiliation with the company," which both fair.
Wow, that is like the most Keanu Reeves like hover pose in the picture statement.
Holy
But it's completely accurate. Like
Oh,
She has no. She is not affiliated, and she's still dependent on it. But like that's because of the nature of her birth. That's not her.
Nick, how much more of this bullshit is
We're still
there?
going.
Oh, there's
Almost done with it.
there's a lot.
It's not all. I don't want to say it gets better, but it gets a little bit better. But it's not going to be good at any point. So Jack then has an
Oh
apology.
God,
It says
Jack.
nothing. I called it a non-apology.
It's
like
a non-apology.
Doesn't say anything.
If
not.
if it's from
Read it to
Jack,
us,
it's a
read it to us.
non-apology.
Oh gosh, I could find it. I don't have the actual quote on me because it was nothing. I guess I can look it up.
Yeah.
It was like, oh, I'm sorry that this circumstance has happened, or
Yeah.
something.
I don't even know if he said I'm sorry. I'll be real
Like-
with you. It was not.
I
Like,
bring my humble
this-
it was
apologies.
such
Yeah,
nothing.
yeah,
the situation at hand.
the same
doesn't
guy
make
that
sense.
like
Is it a tweet? Is it a tweet
It's a tweet.
from October 19th?
Probably.
probably it's
Yeah,
it's
okay.
probably very recent. What do you got?
No, that's
Is that
not
it? Because that might be it. I see as one that, yeah, I'm sorry for past Jack. There's definitely shame there. It's taken a lot of compassion for past Jack to allow myself to grow and learn from my mistakes. I'm grateful for the chances you've given me to mature and try to change things around me with positivity.
Okay, that
fucking
is
made
an
it all about
apology
him.
for when you do for what like that. That is a legitimate apology under very specific circumstances. Not
Not this. This is not specific
this.
circumstances.
Yeah, like I said,
that is an apology for like when you were like a drug addict and you slipped back into or not necessarily that you slipped back into it, but you like did something that wasn't even that bad but was like kind of like iffy,
Like
on,
you're like
on like a stream or something. Like you called someone like a faggot or something that you shouldn't have done, and people got pissed, and you're like, sorry, I was, you know, I was in withdrawal, blah blah blah, whatever. Like that makes anything above that, and I'm not saying that's good, but anything above that, that's not an apology anymore. That's like you need more.
yeah, that's like the
Figure
most
that
generic
apologies.
nothing statement.
It gets worse.
This is and I want to say this is from the same guy that was, I assume, crying crocodile tears after the news about Ryan Haywood broke out. He's like, I had to sit next to this monster for blah blah blah, and I knew, like, I could tell. There's a reason I didn't like that. Like, I was like, okay, yeah, Ryan, bad guy, but no need to send death threats. I still do think that if people who are sending
No,
him and his
it's-
family death threats, you're just as bad.
No, okay, stop. Before we go any further, if anybody ever wants to send death threats because they're that upset, I will instead refer to them to the greatest service that has ever been made, which is send literal shit to someone. As long as you know the address, this service will send a box full of shit. You can send even elephant shit if you want. I think it's literally just called send shit.
Yeah, do that instead.
Do that instead, because at least that's kind of funny. It's still fucked, but it's kind of funny. And it's like, yeah, send shit in a box. Shitexpress.com.
But he was
Wanna
looking
send-
it up.
If you want to do anonymous poop delivery, yeah.
Hey, yo, real quick, you don't know where I live, right?
I do.
Yeah, no, look, you can choose different animals. You can put a sticker on it. It's fine.
That's
Okay?
awesome. That's actually
Just
awesome.
Do that instead of sending death threats. And the reason why I say this is because this will still fucking like be a nuisance for the person to deal with. And sometimes, like, here's the thing, sometimes people deserve to have a nuisance that they have to deal with because they're being absolute pieces of shit.
Oh yeah.
That nuisance shouldn't be something that like threatens their life, because even if they like, the thing with death threats is you don't know, even though we know that 90% of death threats are completely hollow, you know some of them aren't, and that's just completely anxiety riddled and all that. Don't do that. Just send them shit instead. I'm not plugging, we're not sponsored. I've known this for like 10 years. I've never used it. I might at some point though.
Although,
Definitely funny. This will be a video.
This will be a video. Well, Brennan knows. Actually, everyone in this knows who's gonna get sent it if I send it. But,
Oh yeah, I'm putting an egg outside their
Ah.
window too.
yeah. Anyways,
It's on the windowsill though.
You know, and not cracked, just a whole window, like a whole window,
yeah.
a whole
And-
egg. Fucking
Anyways,
stupid.
the point here I'm getting at is don't send death threats. I don't care how bad someone did something. Don't fucking send death threats, dude. Don't fuck.
Just don't do it.
First of all, that can lend you up with charges. That's a terrible idea. And also, it doesn't accomplish anything. It's such a like if the person is so bad that they deserve death threats, they don't fucking care.
Yeah,
They're not gonna
think
fucking
about,
care.
especially on the grounds of like how much like comments they get on their shit, how much like activity they have in their fan base.
Yeah.
Your death threat is probably gonna meld with like the billions of other death threats
Yeah,
that they
just
have,
spend
and they're just gonna
$50
shake
to
it
send
off.
them shit.
But
Spend
they will never
$50
shake
to
off
send
the
them
shit.
No.
No, that'll leave a lasting impression. Like,
Yeah.
They'll live in
like
fear of the
15
person who
years down
sent
the
them
road,
shit.
like, Grandpa, can you tell me about the time you got shit at your door?
And you might be like, well, I don't know the address to this person. That's okay. Usually, if they get big enough, they have sort of like
A P.O.
an
box.
address for fan mail. Imagine them going to their fan mail, opening it, and like shit.
Poo poo.
Let's hold back a little bit on this, just a bit. I think we're going a little bit over the edge. Just
So
touch.
anyway,
No,
yeah.
I am unhinged. That is my
To-
fucking role in
To
this podcast,
rein it back
this
in.
group.
I knew something bothered me about Jack's little cry fest about Ryan, but I didn't know it was this about it. Like,
Yeah. As we will find out, as we have been finding out, basically when Ray left Achievement Hunter, that should have been a sign that actually the company's toxic
Oh
from
my
the ground up.
God. You can actually send a message with the ship. Sorry, continue.
yeah,
Okay.
that should have been the warning signs, and we ignored them.
So Rooster Teeth sent out a second apology, a second official apology. And much like the first one they gave out, it also said nothing. But this time, it said it in a more deceptive way. It said things that sounded not true.
Christ. And you said this got better?
It will somewhat get better. Right here, actually, because a bunch of Ruby animators came out that they did not have, while they were working on most of Ruby, not Volume 9, we'll get to that in a second, they had a less demanding schedule than a lot of the other animation teams, and that they did get paid overtime, which no one else said they did. Note, Ruby did say that they did crunch for Volume 9, but that was the only one in recent years that they crunched for.
That specifically is like me saying, "Oh, big season of our show coming up. I underpaid half the staff for the first beginning, and we had to crunch for season 9. Go fuck you."
Yep,
Yeah,
no,
no,
don't worry,
fuck
it gets worse. I have a report from one Adriana Filippini, who had a very extensive. Well, I don't know. She's an animator.
Okay.
Formal animator for Rooster Teeth, worked on Genlock on the rigging team. Did perhaps some other stuff as well. They talked a lot about their experience, but to summarize it, they basically were promised promotions they never got. They were never given full-time status, and in fact, a whole bunch of people who were full-time got cut down to not full-time to cut costs.
Jesus.
Their rigging team got picked apart to, like, from, I don't know, something like 6 to 9, I don't remember what the exact number was, down to 3 people.
Holy
One of which
shit.
they had 2 people working on the team initially, like when they pared it down, and then they found someone else to join the team as like a manager, and that person didn't know what they were doing, and so our Adriana here basically did their job and the job of the manager and their own job all as one job for no extra pay, being underpaid because they weren't full time technically. Just a beautiful amalgamation of just the worst possible
Holy shit.
organization.
Well,
But
the thing is, like, they're not the only victims of that, though.
Yeah.
Like, that
No.
happens. That
no,
happens
these
in
are
the
just the
real
ones
world
that
too.
sucked. There's plenty that didn't. But on the same or opposite page, a bunch of current or much more recently left, like removed animators, basically said that in more recent years that it was not that bad. That crunch time went down, discrimination has gone down.
Okay, that's good at least.
Okay, there's an upward trend, if not fast.
yeah.
It's there.
Basically,
yeah,
at the
opposite of Blizzard.
I
At the
don't
end
know
of
how
this
I.
last week,
I
basically
can't-
a bunch of people saying that, hey, listen, in the last couple of years have been better. That's my good news for it. I'm not done, but that's the good news.
Yeah, and I can't separate any of that, like with it's been getting better, guys. Sure, it could have, but like they're still in the hard negatives.
Oh yeah.
Like they
Speaking
probably
of-
won't get back out, considering there's more bad.
Bro, I
Let's
just wanted
flash back
talk
to
about
Jack real
Overwatch
quick.
2.
Oh no, what'd he do? I knew I didn't like him. What'd he do?
In the midst of this, right, Jack talks about they have I don't know what it's called now. They have like an initiative within the company that focuses on BIPOC. I think it's women specifically.
Oh yes, I did hear about this. So one of them commented on it.
They did have some known comments, but my more important comment, because they've said basically pretty similar things to things that have been getting better in the last couple of years. They're in that group. But Jack's comment specifically felt very much like, okay, you're getting mad at us for discrimination, but we have black women working at our company.
Oh god.
Oh my god.
Fucking.
Oh my.
Come on.
Yeah,
Like, what is this? McDonald's that has to fit like a minority quota?
Fuck.
Anyway.
Holy fuck.
That's
going
like
on.
saying, I'm allowed to say this about black people. I have a black friend.
Yeah, like,
Yeah.
It's like
oh,
say-
I don't
yeah,
hate
no,
gay
that's-
people. Like,
I don't know
I have
why,
plenty
but
of
the
gay
moment
friends.
you said that, I just got flashbangs of like Justin Trudeau doing blackface.
Those are
in my head
flashbacks.
again immediately. No,
Well,
it
Although,
was a
yeah.
flashbang.
He
It was a
wasn't.
flashbang.
Wait, unless he was
Flashbang.
there.
Unless Caleb was Justin Trudeau.
Is this alternate
No,
history
don't
where you?
insinuate. Don't insinuate
No.
that shit.
Caleb has not
Look,
done anything about that, and was definitely probably not even alive when Justin
Yeah,
Trudeau
I
decided
was-
he
I
wanted
don't
to do
think I was
blackface.
alive when he did.
I was told at my work, because I have a leather coat from Italy, that I'm Morpheus, and they told me that no,
Morbin
not
time.
Morpheus from
I know. I
The
said, like,
Matrix.
you're morphing.
Yeah, I looked at them and I was
Morphin
like, my
time.
favorite part of
Morbin
the
time.
Matrix was when Morpheus said, "I'm going to morph," and then he morphed all over them.
Yeah.
But anyways, they were like, "Yeah, that's what you need to do is go out as Halloween." And I was like, "You just wait till we're on day shift because I have transitional glasses. They're gonna be sunglasses, bitch, when I come back in the room." So yeah, but they all said the same thing, which was like, "Don't blackface though." And I was like, "Don't worry, I know that's not a good thing. I'm not gonna pull a Trudeau. That's
Yeah, hard no. Wow.
hard no.
Oh my god.
That's-
Fucking
I don't know,
Jack, dude.
That comment of being like, bro, we have, like, how, like, you know what that reminds me of? That is on the level of just absolutely that shitty like politics where it makes it's so clearly wrong, but they're trying to pass it off. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
It gives it. I can safely say I thought this before, but I didn't know how to put it into words. Jack is the most fair weather tolerant person I have ever experienced.
Yeah.
Like he pretends to be all of this stuff when things go bad, and yet has nothing he can say when he's caught
Yeah.
for doing it. Which isn't how you feel when you know you've done something wrong. Like, not to say Ryan is a good person, he has closed off the internet, and as far as we know, has been trying to make amends to his wife and family. As far as we
Speaking
know.
of people who should be off of the internet, Joel
Me?
said things. Joel had comments.
Oh god.
Joel made a mistake and decided to comment.
All right, let's hear it.
All right, Joel said that he never hired or fired anyone and had a good relationship with the handful of people he worked closely with, and in theory, everyone else in the company.
Yeah, that's why he
Which
threatened to bring a gun to work, right?
Is a thing that is not likely true.
Hey, don't come to work tomorrow. You're cool. I like you.
Yeah, he does
Wow.
claim that he was in no way
Don't
connected
come
to
the
any of the drama.
podcast tomorrow.
Don't come to the podcast tomorrow. You're cool. I like you.
Yeah, I
Join
swear
the
to God.
PC.
Also,
From the other end of the
claims-
city, I will get the 3 of you.
he does claim that the gun thing is fake, but of course he does.
I mean, yeah, that's what anybody does who's been blamed for doing bad things.
He doesn't really say
no.
much. It's just weeks of not being true.
Yeah.
And then I have one last point, which is vaguely disconnected. But Fiona, we talked about a little. She came out as, I think it's bi, but I don't actually remember if it was bi or gay. But she has a girlfriend, so
Definitely,
there's a happy ending.
definitely known that before.
Happy ending. Happy ending.
And that's Rooster Teeth's implosion over the last week.
Yeah.
So the company, as it turns out, has been rotten to the core for a very long time. And although there's been a couple of, over the years, there's been a couple of people that did some bad things. And, you know, most of us probably were just like, oh, it's just a couple of bad apples. But no, it's never just a couple of bad apples. It's always rotten to the core.
It was
Yeah.
the whole fucking tree.
The whole
Well,
goddamn
you
tree
know
was
what they
bad.
say, roosters don't know how to brush their teeth.
Well,
Sorry, was that disingenuous? I can try it again if you'd
I
like.
didn't even know what you were trying to say there, Caleb. I was like, roosters don't. I get it. I get. You tried to make a pun about the name Rooster Teeth, but what?
Anyways, well, if Nick has done his stuff, I have a lot of fun topics.
That's
to,
all the Rooster Teeth I have for now. That was like
have
3 days
plenty
ago.
of-
I stopped hearing anything about it. So
I
that's
have
all I
plenty
have.
of fun topics. Not all of them. I shouldn't say they're all fun because some of them are fucked, but they're all like various levels of not as bad. I think. Well, except for, well, there was a spinal injury, which we'll talk about, which is kind of
Yikes.
shitty. Anyways, so let's start with where do you guys want to start? Let me
Give us
pose
the worst
question.
since
You
we're
guys
already
wanna-
here. We can round it off with happiness.
Starting from the bottom, just
No. We're not going to start with the worst. I'm going to give you guys, because some of you guys have heard this, but I don't know if fans have, and they need to hear this. So what are we going to start? We're going to start with the chess scandal, which we haven't talked about
Right.
yet.
uh,
Are we
Oh,
gonna talk
God.
about, Carl Tuckerson saying a certain thing on national TV. Or do you guys want to start with my personal favorite, Sam Hyde, having a fake Irish accent and threatening to wear someone's skin like the old
Let's do that
Irish
one.
did?
Let's do that one. That,
Yeah, I like
that
that one.
sounds very funny.
I didn't expect to know about all the things you were going to bring up. All right, let's go.
All right. So do you guys know who Sam Hyde is?
No,
All right,
that's why I
not
wanted to
really.
know about it.
Okay, so Sam Hyde is like, honestly, like if you don't like his humor, I kind of get it. He's like basically almost a Nazi at this point. If not, I'm not fully caught up. So he might straight up be a Nazi. But I want you guys all to look up Sam Hyde right now because you will see that this man is actually built like a fucking shit brick house. The man is huge. He is massive. All right. And he had like a boxing match against another like YouTuber or some shit, and he called out
Was it
another one
Logan
who-
Paul?
No,
No, it was probably during that
it
event.
was I am.
Oh, the other. Okay,
Fuck,
I
am
kind of
the-
get
I
it.
don't know who was
Whatever.
boxing.
But whatever. The point here is like Sam Hyde is like a terrifying human being. The man is like fucking huge. He actually looks like he could rip most people in half. And he like called out this other YouTuber who he was like, you know, he called him out that he will fight him like after he got the chance, like after he won, you know, the ref was like talking to him and he was like, I'm coming to kill you.
Jesus
It's
Christ.
like- but it was like in an like this is his humor, right? And it was in such a fake Irish accent that like it was clearly satire, right?
Yeah, like
Yeah,
he's so over the top that there's like
yeah,
it's
but he was like, I'm coming to kill you, and they were like in the ring, and he was like, no, in real life, and I will wear your skin. like
I'm
the
coming to
ancient
kill
Irish
you.
did."
In real life.
Okay, and so they the best part about this is like now this guy's fans keep like we're going over to him at like TwitchCon, not Sam Hyde but this other guy, because this I think what happened is this other guy was like, oh, I'll punch any Nazi, and Sam Hyde is like widely considered a Nazi, so obviously Sam Hyde was like, fucking do it, bro. And
Yo.
and so people kept going to this guy, and I think it was like TwitchCon, and being like, hey, so you know, are you gonna fight Sam Hyde? And without fail, this guy just kind of like was being a dick to his fans, because his fans were like legitimately like, hey, do you wanna like I heard you and Sam Hyde started some beef, are you gonna fight him? And he wasn't gonna be like, oh nah, or whatever. He was like, bro, why would you bring that up? Bro, like, he's like a literal Nazi. Like, what the fuck? How do you find this funny? And like getting pissed at his fans
What?
for this.
Even though he was the one that incited that? He was like, I'll punch any Nazi. And they're like, yo, he's like a Nazi. And then he's like, what?
Yeah.
Why would you say that to
Yeah.
me?
Yeah.
You know I have a penchant for punching Nazis.
Yeah. By the way, I believe we're talking about Hassan Piker, right?
Yeah, it's Hassan Piker, right? And Hassan Piker has just like lost his mind every fucking time.
When did fucking YouTubers get into boxing? I know Logan Paul started it, but like, why?
Logan Paul started
No,
on
there-
TV,
there was
eventually
an
jumped into
event.
it. Hassan
was, like,
has.
a
I
huge
watched
event.
Hassan stuff. I know that he is not interested in actually doing the fight.
Yeah, but that's the thing.
But
you
he-
can just
but
like,
for the
you can just
record-
be like, nah, I don't
In-
want to do the fight.
In his
right?
defense, his audience is made up half of people who support him and half of people that hate him, and he just sort of assumes if you do something like that, you're just not on the like him side, so he just will
Yeah,
thrash you.
but why would you, what we talked about this before? Why would you let the internet get under your skin like that? Right? Like now they know exactly what pisses you off. And also, I'm gonna send an image into topics. All right. It would be really easy to just be like, no, I don't want to fight him. He would fucking kill me. Look at this man. Look at this fucking person.
Look
All
at this
right?
person.
This guy looks like he could rip you in half. Okay?
Sam Hyde?
Hyde,
Yeah, I looked him up.
like,
He's got the real fucking... Yeah, brother!
yeah, and he looks unhinged, and he's also fucking huge. Like, he is another level of jacked. Okay? Like, it would be so easy if people went to Hassan Piker and were like, you want to fight him? And Hassan was like, no, you fight him first. Because nobody would say yes. Nobody would say yes. It would be so easy to just, like, not deal with this fucking bullshit.
Oh man,
Right?
I love that. Just reminds me of the tweet where some guy like calls out a boxer. He's like, "Oh, you're a pussy. You did this." And he's like, "Fight me. Like, come say it to my face." And he's like, "No, that's why I said it on Twitter. You'd fucking kill me."
Yeah,
Like
no,
the guy,
exactly, right.
like the heckler straight up
but-
says.
But that would be
Cyberbullying.
funny. That would be so good to like say something like that. Instead, this guy is like literally like yelling at his fans and like getting in their face. It's ridiculous. I highly encourage you to look up the Hassan Piker just like being a shit to his fans over this. I have more topics. So that one was pretty short. Like most of my topics are pretty short.
Yeah, that's fine. We can
We're
round
talking
we can
about
round these up real quick.
Cyberpunk dystopia and corporate bullshit, and I want to point out the picture of Amazon's new
Yeah, Amazon's
Yeah.
warehouse in the Mexican slums.
Oh yeah, the
boy.
image I sent to the
Okay,
group.
yeah, that I edited to have cyberpunk music in it. Oh my fucking god. So here's the thing. If you don't know what we're talking about, look up Amazon's new warehouse.
Well,
in,
just say
Mexico.
say Amazon warehouse in Mexico. You'll probably find
Yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah.
Screen.
You will
I
very
don't want to put it
quickly
on
see-
screen. That's not how this
That's the
podcast
joke, Brennan,
works.
is you don't actually do it. I just tell you to
Fuck
do it and you don't do
you.
it.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
that's why I'm telling people. Look
I'm
it
telling
up.
you, I'm not doing it right now. You're getting live commentary, bitch.
It's actually fucking incredible. Like we are truly living in a dystopian society. It's incredible how fucked it is, because like it is this really nice, pristine, like
Yeah, like, it's a
very
pristine
industrial-looking
Amazon building. in the middle of
like,
slums.
right in front of a slum.
Surrounded by like buildings that look like they were constructed out of like garbage on the street. that
Paper
they
mache
found.
and
Like,
the hopes and dreams of
paper mache.
orphans.
Buildings that look like a strong like fart could blow them over. Like
It looks like the smog from the Amazon warehouse will blow them over.
yeah,
Yes.
no, it's
Oh,
so
disgusting.
fucking bad. It's actually incredible.
Like the
I
only
do
way
wanna-
they could have redeemed themselves was if they like posted it up like in some Middle Eastern town where they have like adobe like houses like that are just made out of like
yeah.
limestone and like whatever. Like okay, but no, this was like
This is-
I feel like
This incredible.
what they could have done to save this in this situation, not just the Middle Eastern thing, is if they were to be like, oh yes, all of these people also got hired,
They
which
probably did,
likely
but-
wasn't the case.
which
No,
wasn't,
they
which
probably-
might
no,
not
they
have been the
probably did.
case.
But the problem with this, as we saw with Nike like several years ago, is that Nike basically hired like essentially built its factory either around people or like I think it was built it around
On
like
top
a
of
small
people.
village.
just like plop
And
right in the
they
center.
They were working for it, but the problem is the cost of their equipment that they needed basically was like their monthly wage. They essentially it was a loop where they kind of couldn't get out of it.
Yeah.
Because they would never have enough money to buy like good equipment that would last long enough before they needed to buy new equipment. And when like the world found out about this and freaked out, Nike essentially was able to cover it up by going like, oh, but these people, if the factory closes, they'll have nothing. So we need to keep the factory open, guys, so that like they can still live and have like a
Yeah, the
life.
most
And it's like,
the
no,
most
this is-
backhanded.
This
Don't
is
know.
basically one step above slave labor.
It's
Like,
not much of a step above.
Yeah,
slavery.
it's
yeah,
it's
exactly.
we're calling
And
it half
I'll
a step.
guarantee you the same thing is happening with that Amazon warehouse. Now, on
Oh,
to some
100%. And Joe,
on
to be
some-
clear,
Just I want to say this: like Amazon is literally run by supervillains. Like it is the most evil
corporation on the planet, and they don't even try to hide it.
yeah, no, it's pretty great.
Because like, what are you gonna do?
Yeah, what are you gonna
Like,
do about it?
what are you gonna do
We'll
about it?
send the Amazon drones, bro. What are you gonna fucking say? Anyways, just back to Overwatch 2 because I did want to talk about this for a bit because this is how this whole shit got started. So there's a lot. So me and Venti have been playing a lot of or some Overwatch 2. And
What? You guys don't invite me?
oh, we can
Man.
invite you if you want.
I mean,
Like,
we could definitely all get into that. Cora does play Overwatch. She loves the
It's
shit.
fun.
She's
It's
playing it
fun.
literally
I've
right
played
now.
Overwatch
She's
2.
playing it
I've
right now.
I've always liked Overwatch. I just haven't had people to play with. Anyway,
I can't say I've always liked
so-
Overwatch, but I mean, like, we could definitely get into it.
I liked it for
Yeah,
like
no,
the
we-
first year.
No, it's fun. It's fun. But anyways, there's some hilarious shit that's going on with the new Overwatch. Not in terms of like corporate business.
Oh god, yeah,
management
this
or
stuff.
Shit. So first of all, Bastion just isn't in the game anymore.
Yeah, because yeah, so
He's coming back on the 25th.
So the story for this one is that Bastion isn't in the game because his ultimate was broken in that you could chain it infinitely.
Yeah.
So
But-
instead of fixing it on the fly, they just removed him to be able to fix it.
Well, that's from doing coding. That might be more difficult than you think. It is.
No, I know. I'm
So
just
I
I'm
get
just
it.
saying it's
But
funny
they
that he's
also
just
did
not
some
there.
They also did some other hilarious things, like Torbjorn, is actually banned in any sort of competitive right now because he's too fucking good. And they made it like you can't upgrade his turret anymore. It just comes out at like a certain level, but Torbjorn, they just tweaked like his damage values and everything to the point in which now that like he's actually fucking broken as all shit.
Christ.
It's pretty great. Their new support hero.
Oh,
was-
Kiriko is
Or-
also banned from fucking
Yeah,
comp.
because they're not a fucking support hero. Let me tell you that right now. Sure, they have support abilities, but that's because they were making a DPS and realized, oh fuck, we haven't made a support in a while, and then decided to try and make them a support hero.
Yep.
Because she's a DPS. She's a DPS, 100%.
What? Oh, there was
Um,
there was something else. Oh, they made a new Canadian hero, and they're Oh, what was it, Jordan? You mentioned this one.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
Sojourn is the Canadian representative.
Oh, the railgun.
Yes. And
God,
she is
Rocket
basically
Fuel.
just a Soldier 76 clone, but from the True North Strong.
No, she's very
except she's
different.
from
I played
Quebec.
What?
No, she's. I don't think she's from Toronto, which is
Oh,
arguably
okay.
worse.
it. That is arguably worse.
Dude,
You know what?
actually,
We can have that
actually,
argument.
Maybe if I want a brutal soldier as a representative, maybe I do want to go back, actually.
But the only
No.
thing to really like drive home that she's Canadian is that she has like her clothes, like her main clothes has like the fucking hockey team Canada fucking insignia on it.
Seriously.
But
actually
he has
didn't
a
know they were
voice line.
Canadian.
She has a voice line where she says, "What's all this a boot?" That's
No,
the only thing, and that she has
I
also
didn't
talks
know she
about
was
Alberta.
Canadian. Okay, to the point in which like that floors me that she is Canadian. So they did a
That was the
horrible
only
job.
reason. That was the only reason I wanted to like see how it was, because that's why they introduced the Toronto map
Yeah.
for one of like the push game
Introduced a new
modes.
map?
I was
Yeah.
under the impression it added basically nothing to this game.
No.
They added
so,
the Toronto
so
map.
Overwatch 2, basically they added like a couple characters, they added a couple maps, and then they said, yeah, it's Overwatch 2, baby.
Yeah,
Well, they released it early because of
the good people
allegations.
the good people can have a smattering of new content.
They
It was
released
just a big update. It wasn't. It's
Yeah.
not a new game.
Yeah, one that killed
they released
Overwatch
essentially
1.
the same game.
And if you're brand new to the game, you have to spend 100 hours playing the game to get all the heroes.
which is, it's just the worst idea.
I get it.
Mhm.
You want to make them play the game and learn the game. If you're dedicated to it, it's a good system. You learn the game as you go up. But
It's not.
that's the only way I can spin it that it's good.
There's actually no way you can spin it that it's good. It's actually just
Yeah, because I can tell you from playing Dota, where all the characters are unlocked immediately. You learn the game by learning the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Because you don't want to get stuck with like, well, not stuck, but like you don't want to learn how to play a specific hero and then be fucking shafted if, say, you can't use it, or like one of the
If
base
they're not
ones.
competitively viable.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
I've been
It's
trying
like-
to learn Apex with Cora yesterday, and it's like
Oh, I want to get into Apex at some point. It looks
she's
kinda-
she's that much better at the game than I am that the skill level it's impossible for me to learn this game while playing with her. Even on a
Right.
Smurf account, because she was helping somebody else on that Smurf account, one of her friends, to get up to her level. So that
I mean,
Smurf
you
has also
probably can-
eclipsed me.
You probably are learning. It's just taking a lot longer.
It.
Because
I
it's a
found
higher level.
that the learning curve was easier for me to learn Apex since I played a lot of Titanfall, and
That's
it's
fair.
practically the same game.
Titanfall pisses me off because it
I
was such a
love
good-
Titanfall.
Yeah, because it was a good game. I want you guys to stop for a minute and go, what has been like the most different, like interesting shooter in the last several years, and that like
Paladin.
did something different.
And
from the
why is it
formula?
Titanfall?
And why is it Titanfall? The only other
Right.
one I can say is Destiny, because Destiny 1,
not
exactly. Yes,
This is
Destiny 1.
Paladin's disrespect, and I will not hit. Sorry,
Nick did a Jordan. He couldn't even finish.
Paladins
Yeah.
is
Oh
a
hey,
one
whoa!
step
We
off.
you gotta rephrase that, dog.
Titanfall was so good. In fact, they're actually thinking about bringing
I
back
rephrased some
Titanfall
shit.
again because of how good Apex is.
Oh.
They're thinking about making a Titanfall 3,
Titanfall 3.
which would be
Dude, the
amazing. Anyways,
real TF2, Titanfall 2,
I-
as we all know.
Oh yeah, yeah. So
That'll
I have more-
that'll get the comments in a tizzy.
I have more topics, which
Do continue.
How many? What?
Do continue.
Do continue.
Yeah. So
Guardian,
how many of you
do
in
continue.
this group have heard about the anal bead chest theory?
All of us. I
Jordan, have you
believe
heard of it?
No.
somebody cheated at
Yeah.
chess by using vibrating anal
Shut
beads.
the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Let me explain this. So.
Oh, he's still gonna need an explanation. I just broke
So
it down.
That doesn't.
Buddy is world champion. Has won like 35 games in a row. All right. Newcomer to the block shows up. In the first 3 moves, basically beats this guy. All right. And the guy or yeah, so the guy loses, and world champion is like posts on Twitter. He's like, I don't want to say anything because I might get in trouble, which everyone is like, oh shit, he must have been cheating, right? Next time they play, within the first like 3 moves, he just forfeits.
It was 2 moves. It was 2 moves. 2 moves happened and he conceded.
Yeah,
Jesus.
it was conceded. Now, the thing is, chess computers are better than players, and this is why I don't even know if I consider chess an actual game, because chess doesn't have any luck. If you know what you're doing.
It's a perfect game. That's why they call it. When
No,
all the
because I
pieces
think
do something like that, it's called a perfect game.
No, I don't think that's a game, though, because a game, by its definition, has some level of luck to it.
I don't think that's true at all. I think that's
Well, that's why it's also not classified as an
let me-
imperfect game.
Let me hit you with the definition, okay?
I mean,
A
luck
form
could be
of
your
play or sport, especially a competitive one, played according to the rules and decided by skill, strength, and luck.
look up the definition of a perfect game.
Well, by that definition, then all sports also can't be
No, because there
Games.
is some luck
in
involved.
sports.
Yeah.
I don't agree with this assessment.
Look
But
up
this
look
is
up
about defining chess, which I think is a
I did.
stupid thing
A
to do.
game in
Why don't we
which-
move on?
All the batters from one team are retired in order with no one reaching bases. It's just a baseball term, buddy.
Why don't we move on from defining
Anyways.
about the definition of
Yeah,
chess?
Anyways,
come on, guys.
anyways.
You're hanging me out to dry here.
yeah, we got we ain't
So
talking about the
Buddy-
anal
so
beads
Buddy-
yet.
Buddy is like, yeah, there was some cheating. Now, they go through like some serious fucking like patting down when they go into like one of these chess matches, because like I said, a chess computer will always beat the best player in the world because they just know every possible move and they can figure out what's the best move, right? And there's just too many moves for like a person to ever fully be able to do that to the same degree. So how do you if he's patted down, how would he have a chess like computer thing? So the theory became that he has an anal like a butt plug in him, that someone is watching the game, all right, and whenever a move is done, they put into the chess computer what move was, and then they get what the next move that our cheater should be, and then his butt plug will vibrate that many times to let him know
Like in Morse code.
where he should be moving. Okay?
No, babe, don't worry. No one can beat you at your funky car game. No one's better. They have to cheat to beat you. That's what I feel like this whole story is.
Yeah, no, it basically was like someone being a whiny little bitch. But it got so out of control.
There was actually a legitimate reason to go on, but I'll talk about it.
That it became an actual theory where they were like this started as a shitpost, and news corporations started covering like, could there be an anal bead, chess conspiracy?
As they're wont to do.
Oh my god!
I will say that the Cheetle in question is confirmed a Cheetle, has cheated before.
Yes.
He did that when he was like 7.
It was a little more recent than that, and his like scoring on like the chess grandmaster scale is not as high as other guy. It's like several teal. It's like there's reason to believe that something is fishy. I don't know how you tell it in 2 moves, because I'm not that good at chess, but there was enough reason to believe that there was something strange going on.
Yeah, enough to the point in which like a news corporation wrote him and was like, "Yo, we'll pay you if you play your next match naked." So we can know.
Fuck yeah. Let's go.
Oh, okay, all right. Let's read the tweets. That's the real answer is actually elementary. Mangus cheats. He's always had anal beads up his butt, maybe for the past 10 years. That's how he's been dominating the entire field of players. There was a slight dip during the time he played Karkuna because he was too drunk. He couldn't feel the vibrations well and ended up losing a game. His team
Jesus
decided
Christ.
to turn up the vibrators to max, and that's how Mangus survived the encounter.
Holy shit. These fucking people, man.
Oh my god. Oh my fucking god. It's incredible. So yeah, there's that theory, and I implore everyone listening to go and, look it up, because it is pretty fucking funny. Now, my favorite topic we're gonna get to, which is
American media.
American media. Our boy Carl Tuckerson, I think.
Yeah.
That's the name.
Here we go.
The
Carl Tucker. So
most popular news anchor in America and a literal Nazi.
so Carl Tuckerson. Do you know? Like, I'm gonna throw him in topics, so we all know who I'm talking about. But like, you'll know the face when you see it. So there was. This is incredible. So there was an entire story. I don't know the whole story. I'm not gonna get into the whole story because
I think I know more details about the story than you do, and I may bring them up if necessary.
I know a lot of details about the story. It's just that I want to keep this lighthearted. And
Like I said,
it goes into like issues of like the LGBT community that we've talked about before, and I don't really want to go into it.
Yeah, no, like I said, I don't need to add things. I just know
it basically to summarize it really quickly, one bad apple made everyone else look bad, and they're using that as an excuse, and I don't think that's a good idea. But a teacher was got breast enhancement to, I quote Carl Tuckerson on this, represent a form of Japanese media called exploding milk porn, which, by the way, that is a quote that he said live on national television.
Oh my god.
I brought it up for a reason. Tucker Carlson is the most watched news anchor in America.
Yeah, so he said
No.
straight up, yeah, I'm gonna post something real quick
Oh no.
so that you can see
Live on air.
live on air.
Exploding.
Let's
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Dog. How do you...
Was he not allowed to say the word?
I defy you to find me a silver lining in this. I defy you to tell me their apology.
I really want you to take a look at these pictures right here, Jordan.
Which is, just to be clear, not edited.
This is not edited.
This is gonna go great for the audio only listeners.
Yeah.
Which is all of them.
We have no physical yet.
They can. So let me explain. So there is Tucker Carlson looking, I think somewhat like concerned. There is the Fox News caption: "Trans teacher wears obscene prosthetic breasts." And then there's a fucking anime girl figurine on the top.
Oh my
right.
god. What the fuck, dude?
Oh my.
What
God.
the hell?
That isn't appropriate. That is inexcusable.
Yeah.
What?
Oh my fucking God.
Exploding milk.
Like, that's some shit you'd find on like Keemstar, you know, like not the
national
actual fucking news.
Oh my
Oh
god.
my God. Let me see if I can find the video.
No.
No.
Tucker Carlson is a Paulson, I guess, on like a technicality. I guess he's a Paulson.
Yeah.
I feel like it's sometimes.
Look, there is, Brennan, I am gonna get you to play this video so that the audience can hear the audio.
But He's not
and-
like a
and,
satirical he's not known
No,
for
he's
like
dead serious.
going on
He's
air and
dead
being satirical.
serious, which
actually-
is why this is so much
Holy
better than it
shit.
has any fucking right to be.
Oh,
Um,
no.
Oh my fucking god! It's
Holy
so good.
shit, dude.
Who brought this into the newsroom and was like, "Yes, all right, let's write a story."
It was
on
probably
this."
him.
Whatever he wants. He can do literally anything, and everyone will just let him do it.
It was
Yeah,
probably
yeah,
him
so-
that brought it into the newsroom. He's like, yo, you guys heard of exploding milk porn? And everyone's like, what the
I'm,
fuck?
I'm gonna let everyone be quiet while Brennan presses play so that the audience can hear this incredible.
Oh, boy, here we go. Gotta get into this right quick.
Quit.
Oh, what? Come on.
Costume is intended to emulate a genre of Japanese pornography that translates roughly as exploding milk porn. So,
All right, and now I'm gonna get everyone else to watch the video too.
Translates roughly to exploding milk porn.
Oh fuck.
Ah!
Just pause
It's
it.
just look at
He did.
the anime lady on the fucking.
Jordan, you gotta
Wait,
watch this.
I can't hear it because you guys are fucking laughing. No. Why would he say that?
Okay, once again, for the audience at home, he looks so concerned, and there's just this like VR chat anime girl
With like the
that are bigger
biggest.
than her.
God, that is abysmal. That is
Holy shit! What a
Fuck.
fucking loser.
And it's just great because the internet blew up being like, yo, look at all these fucking look at all your boomer relatives
Yeah.
tuning into
Oh.
yeah. They'd be like, Pammy.
And this
Yes,
came out of
Mom?
it, which I really enjoy. Oh my god.
It's like the parents that just don't get it, right? Like the next morning, like their child is sitting at the breakfast table and they're just eating their Cheerios. It's like, hey Billy, yeah, Mom? What's exploding milk porn? What the fuck, Mom?
Yeah, so America's having a normal one.
Oh yeah, for sure. That's the most normal it's ever been.
I think if my folks ever like asked me that, if like I would just be appalled. Like I probably would like quit either quit living or make them quit living. You know, like,
It's only one of the two. Yeah, there's only one outcome.
yeah, like
Yeah, no, it is.
my
it is one
parents
of the-
have been tainted and thusly need to die, or
Or you are you are
can't-
now also tainted.
I cannot even believe
This, yeah.
it
this
goes
is one
two
of the-
ways because it's like why would they ask me? What do they think I know what this is?
Yeah,
Do they think I'm a creature?
they think I'm a fucking demon of the night.
Oh my god. No,
God.
it's just the funniest thing I've seen in quite a while.
Good fucking
And,
lord.
I don't even think we need to go into any other topics. I think this is such a good note.
It's
to-
I will wrap this up with what's going to be happening this next week rather. What's
Can I say my favorite Tucker Carlson bit real quick?
Yeah, sure.
My favorite
Since
Tucker
we've been
Carlson
going
bit.
for a while.
Yeah,
This is
we're-
real quick. He's talking about something. He mentions something, and then he says, "This was the best thing since." And it was something along the lines of slavery being abolished or the civil rights being given, like being a thing. And he's about to say that it was the best thing, and he like pauses for 5 seconds, stretching out the word best so he can say the word worst because that's the word you're supposed to say in the situation. And someone else overlaid like a quick time event over it.
I've seen that. I've seen
That's
that.
awesome.
Oh my god, I've seen that. It's so good.
Anyway, let's make him out.
So so the last thing I have to ask everybody is Halloween coming up. What are you guys going as anything?
No, because I
Morpheus.
don't have a significant other or friends. So,
I don't have a significant other either now, sadly.
well, at least you have friends.
What?
I just said I didn't have those. In
We're not
addition,
gonna correct you anyway.
We're not gonna we're just gonna leave that as it
Yeah, I'm
is.
not gonna correct you either. I'm just gonna let you be sad and alone. Jesus Christ.
yippers.
I'm either gonna go as a hot dog, or I'm gonna go as Morpheus.
Halloween's on a
Those are-
Monday this year.
Those are like
Well, one is because okay, so
One is
Brennan
because
has
I own a
made
hot dog
something.
costume, and there's a history to this. In high school, I made myself
We need
sort
help,
of
Junior.
infamous for going as a hot dog as my final year. I also did it when I worked at McDonald's
Oh,
for
yeah.
Halloween. I worked Halloween day, and I was like, you know
Wiener.
what's funny? I'm going as a hot dog, and I had one of our customer service people, because that was a new thing that McDonald's was doing back then. I had him walk me out to sit me down with a couple of people to say, "Hey, you want to try the new Mc hot dog?" Like we're sampling it now. It's like a limited time promotion. We're trying to figure out if it's good or not. And then he fucking walks or carries my dumbass out dressed as a hot dog.
That's pretty good.
But
That's pretty
this year,
good.
Cora and I are going as ketchup and mustard, and that's the idea to make Caleb a hot dog. Because
Yeah,
we
which-
wanted somebody to wear the hot dog costume, but
Yeah,
like none of
they
her
really
family
needed
wanted
it.
to.
They really needed a third wheel, is what that comes down to.
Listen,
Yeah,
he
I
just
don't-
wants companionship. Jordan-
talk about how much
Like-
he was going to have so much fun on Halloween, and the rest of us.
And Caleb is gonna
like,
cry. Listen,
We're gonna
Jordan, the
have
hot
to-
dog
like,
position is
if I-
still open if Caleb denies.
No, look, there could be some really funny pictures of like a Brennan and Cora having a good time, and me in the background just like fucking drinking.
And you know what, Caleb? That's gonna happen. We're gonna frame that picture. We're gonna make it.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be like that picture of that guy who's just like crying his eyes out while he's just
He's-
downing a bottle.
Yeah, except you're just gonna be in the
me
background
in a
of
hot
the
dog
picture.
costume.
Done.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
done. We're doing that.
All right. That'll be.
That'll
I think
yeah,
that
that'll
should
be it.
our
This is
thumbnail.
almost 2 hours.
That'll be our thumbnail for the next week's podcast.
Oh, this is coming out. Oh yeah, I guess we'll put it somewhere in the next podcast, or it'll be on the. Maybe you know what? It'll be our first community post.
It's such an easy promise you shouldn't make. Like,
Yeah,
no, don't.
yeah.
Make that promise.
All right.
I'm going to-
Andrew
It's so likely
Tate.
that won't have happened yet.
I am going to put it up on a community post. It'll be the first non-video post we make, and it's going to be that picture.
Hell yeah.
Because
Alright,
I can't promise another podcast, but I can promise to remember to do that. Anyway, thanks everybody for joining us on episode 8. Almost forgot it again. Don't worry.
9.
It's not 8.
It's 9.
It's
What?
9.
It's episode 9.
Is it?
Yep.
Yes. Thanks for watching.
It's all the better because I recorded it. They'll still hear the joke. Thanks everybody for joining us. I gotta go hang myself in the bathroom. See ya.